you this then. It's the Bush WMT0712EW. 1200 RPM max spin speed, 7 kilogram wash capacity. It comes with a D energy rating based on the modern scale. It's 85 centimeters tall, 59.7 centimeters wide, and 49.7 centimeters deep. Right. This is also, at the time of recording, is currently for sale in Argos at £210. That's its normal price, not reduced or anything. And I think I'm right in saying this is probably not the cheapest, but it's one of the cheapest machines on the market. So what do you get for your money? Right, let's explore. Right, at the bottom we've got a redesigned front filter design. That cap will come off, come away, and behind there you can then empty the cooling filter. Right, so to turn it on, turn it away from the off position, either way, and we've got a choice of 15 programs. Right, we'll start off with cotton. Made for washing, a max load of 7 kilograms, 60 degrees, pre-selected. You can have 40 degrees, 90 degrees, 80 degrees, 70 degrees, or 60 degrees on this program, which is a little bit bizarre, because where's 30, cold, 50? They're not there. Max spin, of course, 1200, and of course that can be lowered in 200 RPM steps to 400, or you can have no spin. And we've also got a time delay feature of 23 hours. We've also got press these two buttons here, and we've got child lock, and then that's it. That's all your available options for the machine. So there's no other functions other than variable spin, variable temperature, and delay start. Which, to be fair, you need variable temperature because of how lacking in programs there are. Yeah. Anyway, max time for cotton at 60 with a full load is 230 minutes, or 3 hours 50. Put a half load in and that time will reduce by about an hour or so. Then we've got Eco 4060, which allows you to wash a full load, again 7 kilograms, at its most energy efficient and water efficient, as well as the best spin possible, which then subsequently gives it its energy rating for the machine. Yeah. Time for it is 208 minutes, or 3 hours 38. That time will decrease depending on the size of the load, as well as how much energy is used, as well as the temperature, which is automatic. However, if you select the 60 on this, it becomes a cotton standard Eco 60 instead. Of course, that will then change the profile differently to normal Eco 4060 at 40. And I presume will take a little bit longer too. Then you got cotton with a pre-wash. So this is actually a bit different. It's nowhere near as long as the cotton program up here. In fact, cotton 60 with a pre-wash will take 2 hours 24 with a full load at 60. At lower temperatures, it will take even less time. And it will even detect a half load and will do it in less than 2 hours if it's got less than a half load in. Yeah, this is kind of made for washing normal soil laundry, which is a bit bizarre and a bit backwards. So of course, what it will do, it will run a 30-degree pre-wash, then it will do a spin, drain, and then it will do its full-length main wash as normal. Then we've got cotton 20. Which is designed to wash lightly soiled cotton laundry in 96 minutes. That's an hour and a half. Yeah, half a load of cotton. Yeah, I don't know why, but some of these machines seem to have a 20-degree program. It's a bit bizarre though, because some machines will only be designed for washing a half load, whilst other manufacturers like Hisense and Indesit are designed to washing a full load. Then you got colours, which is another cotton program at 40. Standard time is 3 hours 45 minutes. Yeah. Why couldn't they just like run it on from the cotton program? Because watch, 40, 30, cold. Why couldn't they attach that to the cotton program up there? Full spin speed at 1200 RPM. Then we've got wool at 30, 39 minutes. Made for washing 2.5 kilo, which is increased from the previous generations. But the actual cycle time doesn't appear to be any different. He does 2 or 3 rinses, no spin in between, followed by a full length cotton spin. So you can have delicate rinses if you want, and just simply turn off the spin at the end by putting on that. Or you can leave it as normal and you can then rinse cotton. Then you got allergy safe at 60 degrees. It takes 197 minutes, which is 3 hours 37. So quite lengthy. 800 spin, and it's because this program is effectively an easy care program, which is a bit longer but has proper full-on length rinses to remove all allergens. Then you got spin and drain only. It's a cotton length spin, so it'll take around about 18 minutes or so to do. It's like the 2 dashes, i.e. no spin, and it will just do a drain only. Then we've got hand wash at 30 degrees, max load 2.5 kilo. Again, it's an increase over the old ones from 2 kilo. But also, the spin speed has now been increased to 800 RPM over the old ones. It was used to only spin at 600. Length is 90 minutes. It's effectively wool, but a much longer wash as well as a higher water level. Then we've got outdoor at 40 degrees. It's an hour 50 long, or 110 minutes. You can have 40, 30 and cold. Spin is 1000 RPM. Made for washing half load at 3.5 kilos. This is also the Easy Care program. Yeah, thought I just mentioned that. No Easy Care on the actual thing there, but in the manual it does state it's the Easy Care program. Why can't you just put Easy Care instead of the outdoor? Then we've got mix at 40 degrees. You can have obviously 30 and cold. Spins at 800 RPM. Cycle time is, well, an hour 45. It's only 5 minutes less than Easy Care, and effectively it's pretty much an Easy Care program at the end of the day, since it's made for washing half a load. The only difference is that you can put cotton and synthetics in, which makes no sense since Easy Care will already do that. Then we've got jeans and dark garments, 30 degrees, 800 spin, max load, half load. It's 96 minutes long, but this does 4 rinses. I'm not kidding, or it seemed to feel like that. It seems to do a lot of rinses, which makes sense. So it's got a short wash length followed by a lot of rinses to make sure that your darks are properly rinsed of all detergent to avoid any fading. I do like the program actually, it works rather well. Then we got fast 60. 60 minutes, 60 degrees. You can lower the temperature if you want, all the way down to cold. Also max spin of 1200. Made for washing 3 kilos lightly soiled cotton laundry within 60 minutes. And by the way, if you reduce temperature, unlike other cycles, it won't reduce how long it takes. Right. But there's only 1 rinse. Yeah, and that annoys me because it still hasn't changed over all these years. They should put on 2 rinses regardless, even if it took an hour 8, like it does in the Panasonic variant of the Vestals. But even more annoying is if you have extra rinse function on these Vestals with fast 60, you can't add on an extra rinse. Yeah. Right, then we've got rapid 15-minute wash, 30 degrees, max load 2 kilograms of lightly soiled laundry. It runs a 800 spin at the end. It's very short 800 spin as well, not like the other cycles. Has one rinse. That's kind of expected though in 15 minutes, so I can forgive that. It will heat to 30, well, it will heat to about 25, I think. If it's like cold, it will actually take off around 3 minutes on the wash cycle, so you can do it in 12 minutes. Yeah. Right, a bit more about this display here. So this displays our temperature. It's got obviously a little Celsius thing there and a little times 100 per minute, obviously to do with the spin. But, and this is where it gets really complicated. There's apparently 4 digits behind here, except you'll only ever see 2 of the digits. So where are the other 2 digits? On top of that, it doesn't do anything else. That's it. Once you hit start, that will remain at whatever temperature you have selected. So select 60 degrees, it'll just remain at 60 degrees throughout the entire cycle. And you'll only know at the end that the machine is done because the display actually goes out. Yeah. I know that the Indesit next to it is a basic 8 kilo machine, but at least it's got LEDs to tell you as and where everything's up to. This is just annoying because it's giving you an actual display that could physically give you a timer, and they didn't bother. And I mean, like, they could have actually done it as a 2-digit timer, like old Samsungs and old Bosches of the day. Anything beyond 99 minutes, and you could put it as 2H or 3H or 4H, depending on how many hours are remaining, and then count down from 99 minutes. But they haven't bothered. When it gets to the end, apparently these two will add have 2 dashes to say it's finished. Except it doesn't. It just goes out as soon as it unlocks. One little thing there as well. That LED is flashing. Start, pause. It will flash to say it's ready to go into another cycle. It will go solid once it's in a cycle. And of course it will go out once that cycle has finished. Right, there's our basic drum. It's even got the basic drum pedals in. Right, this is our deterrent drawer. It is slightly modified from the previous generations. Everything's slightly smaller and shallower. This is for the pre-wash, if you're selecting cotton with a pre-wash. This is for all your main wash powder detergents. It's got little notches there. Originally this machine would have come with a little divider that you could place inside. That's not as good as the old version where it used to store away. This is your fabric softener, and of course you can push down to center tab to remove. So because the fabric softener has been modified, max fill now for the fabric softener is around 50 millilitres. There's 40 ml of powder in there to give you an idea of how big the main wash compartment is. It's, I think, around 200 to 250 mils. It's plentiful for this 7 kilogram machine anyway. Right. Set outdoor, 40 degrees. There we go. 1,000 spin. have a look then. We got all them Christmas tree bits off. It has, and it's got everything else off as well. Right, what to give this out of 10 then? Well, compared to modern machines nowadays, a lot's changed in terms of Vestal being actually kind of better in certain ways, to a degree. The Fast 60 still annoys me, only having one rinse. The fact you've got carton cycles galore, and they're all 4 hours, that annoys me. But that also being said, that is very normal. It's that, you know, like everybody else. I like the new jeans program. That's actually quite good. Algae Safe works perfectly as well. The washing results are actually quite good. Always have been with Vestal. The rinse results have always been fairly good, despite only having 2 rinses, to a degree, depending on what cycle you select. You know, for example, if you select Fast 60, it's not going to rinse very well. But usually rinses are fairly okay. And the one thing I've always liked about Vestal, it's a downside, but an upside too. The balancing is very sensitive, but it very rarely fails not to spin, and when it does spin, it will always spin at the maximum spin speed. It will not limit the spin. That's obviously the only downside, is that it can take like 20 minutes or even half an hour to try and balance the load, whether that's for an intermediate spin or for the final spin. It's fine. I don't mind if the final spin taking half an hour, but for the intermediate spins, to a degree, needs to be kind of timed to a degree, and then kind of aborted if needed. Right. Downsides. I don't like this display. Just get rid. Yeah? Yeah, old LEDs would have worked fine. You were giving me a digit display, then giving me nothing, no countdown, or nothing. There's nothing to even say where it is in the process of washing. You don't know whether it's still in the mid-wash, if it's on its rinses, or if it's on its final spin. It's so annoying. That is worse than having LEDs. LEDs is bad enough, but at least it tells me as and where it's up to within the cycle. I'm not being funny, but the last generation, some of the last generation sort of Bush or the Logic from Curry's version do have a time display. So why have you omitted it? They're saving money, and then they're saving like 20p. It's a little bit pointless. Right, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's pretty good. It's still going to suffer from the same issues as the other Vestals, i.e. this front weight is going to come loose at some point and break. The spiders and bearing can be a little bit unreliable at times, and so can the motor, though it sound, but that's another thing as well. They have changed the motor from a Welling motor, as found on the Indesits, to another motor. Not sure what it is. It's a little quiet. It's actually quieter. Not as raspy to a degree. It sounds a bit, though, a bit like a Hoover Candy motor, which means it's probably a Chinese motor. And I mean, when I say Chinese, I mean literally Chinese writing of a brand. It's one of them. And if they're doing that, yes, it's cheaper, but them type motors are actually quite unreliable. Right. If they stuck with the Welling motor, which is possibly a little bit more expensive, but they are known to be extremely reliable. Time will only tell. This is a fairly new machine, including onto the market and in real life. This is probably less than about 6 months old. Yeah. I don't mind the draw. Yes, it's a little tiny bit smaller, but it's all relative to modern detergents. So there's that. Right, thanks for watching this video. I hope you found this video interesting or helpful. I'd love to hear about what you think about this machine. Yeah, it's £210 in Argos. Yeah, and I'll see you lot in another video. So, bye for now.